such a powerhouse speaker coming in to help us officially launch our Build Business division. So I'm excited for all of you to get to meet him later on. Let me tell you a little bit about him. So not only is he a family man, he is a military veteran. So thank you so much, Mr. Bean, for your service. He has also been a successful entrepreneur for over 25 years, where he has made millions. And what's really sets him apart is that he's made millions in 3 different industries and recently decided to come out of retirement to now do his 4th industry. That's how much he believes in it. And what really sets him apart is just his ability to not just do well himself, but, to help others with their vision as well, launch their business and do great. And one of the things that he has as a goal is to help over 10,000 families within the next 2 to 5 years build residual income of 5,000 or more monthly, which is just amazing. One of the things that I respect so much of him is just his intentional leadership and vision that he has. Every time he speaks, he just speaks greatness into existence, whether you're speaking to him in a room full of hundreds of people or you're in a Zoom call like we are right now. And my husband and I, we're just so grateful because he's a very busy man. Not only is he in a different time zone, but he took the time to come out here and help us again launch our business. So I'm just excited to hear from him. And as you're all coming in, please take some copious notes because what he's going to say is just outstanding. You're going to take such powerful information from him and it's just going to blow your mind. But before we continue, I do want to transition it over to my amazing husband so he can tell you a little bit more about our special guest.
Thank you, honey. Thank you so much. Good evening, everyone. My name is Roberto Robledo, and I am very, very excited to have Mr. Bean on the line with us. One of the things that I respect the most about Mr. Bean is that he is an amazing human being. I admire the way that he interacts with his wife and the way that they treat each other. It is truly admirable. That honestly, to me, speaks volume to the type of person that he is and the character that he brings into this organization. That he's someone that I look up to and someone that I respect so, very, very dearly. We align with a lot of core values, and he's a great leader that's making the time to go over with the information that he's going to provide for us, valuable information that he's going to break down about our company. And I really suggest that you guys grab a pen and paper and take copious notes because the information that Mr. Bean is going to go over could change your life as it is changing our lives. So with that being said, please allow me to introduce you the man of the hour. Mr. Bean, thank you so much for making the time.
No problem, Roberto and Veronica. Looking forward to all the amazing things that you guys are going to be doing. And so I need to take another 3 to 5 seconds for my head to come back down to its normal size and me come down from the clouds because you guys spoke so highly of me. But no, I'm happy that I get a chance to do business with great people. And, CEO alert, we have Miss Christina Navarro, the CEO, on the call as well. Now I really have to go to work. But ladies and gentlemen, you have been invited to this evening to witness something special by some special people. Okay. Veronica and Roberto are 2 people who, in a very short period of time, I really have grown, to adore. Yeah, I appreciate their ambition and their vision. And you get a chance to now see what they're about to launch and be a part of it. And not just be a part of it, you get a chance to be first. You get a chance to be a part of the cabinet, if you will, and see it before they open up and introduce this to others. As a matter of fact, you'll see the line numbers are going to get bigger and bigger. Yeah, people still coming on the line. It's going to continue to happen all through this call just because people respect them and people want to do business with them. And so with that being said, let me go ahead and pull up these slides real quick. I'm going to walk you through some things rather. So when he said what he said, it was true. I was retired. And, just like Veronica also said, I came out of retirement to be a part of this journey. When I was in direct sales, which is where I made millions of dollars over, 8 figures in direct sales, we made a ton of money and we helped 40 plus people retire, but there were thousands of people who never retired, made decent money, but not great money. And that's one of the things that I didn't like about, network marketing. It helped, some people get rich, but the majority never had an opportunity to do so. Okay. And so when I look at this company that Mrs. Navarro, her husband, the Rangels and Pacheco's put together, it put me in a position where I can see 100% of the people participate. Okay. On a part-time basis, make a six-figure income with no recruiting and it not be network marketing. Right. And that's what made it special for me. That what made it uh, worth my while of coming out of retirement and throwing my hat back in the ring. And so when you look at that name of the company, build your life's dreams, right? That's what I want you to think about tonight. I want you to think about building your mindset, building your business, building your career, building your network, right? And so I'm going to jump into these slides here, and I want you guys to follow along with me. Now, one of the things that's unique when you look at what's happening around the world today, you see high ticket sales companies are popping up all over the place. Well, when you look at the normal high ticket sales, it's normally a Me Too type of a deal where you have people who are selling everything from credit, business and personal, repair, development, all this, low level stuff, right? And you're not really getting anything from it. You're spending a lot of money for information you can get off of YouTube. Okay. And when I looked at this platform, and I look at all the companies that are actually merging together and doing business on the same platforms. Like my wife, she has a bag. It's a Fendi and a Versace bag. I don't even know what you call it, but it's a hybrid. You look at all those cell phone companies are now mixing and matching with the competitors. You're looking at companies like Amazon who sell everything. You can find a lot of companies on their platforms. A lot of companies are now doing business together because it's smarter. They get the eyeballs of every of their competitors' people and have access to their database and vice versa. Okay. The database, that we're building right now, guys, is a database of verticals that billionaires and millionaires participate in. And people all around the United States of America and even the world are cramming to get their hands on this information on these products and services that we're offering. So that's why I again can't stress enough that at this point in time, you have a lot of people out there who are looking for something. They see the writing on the wall. They know that their company's downsizing, right sizing, or their industry is laying off based on AI emerging, based on outsourcing outside of the countries. Uh, the job stability that people are used to actually rely on is no longer safe. Therefore, you have to now take matters into your own hands, become an entrepreneur, okay, and put your life's, finances, in your hands, not the government's, not the president's, not your bosses, okay. And so, talking about why build a business is because nobody's coming to help you, right? When you look at this screen right here, it just basically tells you what a lot of people are experiencing in the job market right now. Okay. And that's huge because right now you have no control. You could have been at a company for 15, 20 years, 30 years, about to retire, and now you are in the middle of all of this stuff, this doom and gloom that you see on the screen. People who are successful entrepreneurs, they're not dealing with this. Okay. And so when you look at the gigs, though, you look at the companies that are out there who are making a fortune, every time the economy turns upside down. Uber makes more money, when things go south. Airbnb, Etsy, Shopify, Amazon, all these companies that are gig type companies, DoorDash, all these companies make more money because now they have more people who need to bridge the gap. They have more people who need a band-aid. They have more people who are living check to check and sometimes without a check. So these companies are making billions of dollars, okay, on the backs of people's despair. And when you look at our company, look at our gig, as I mentioned it earlier, a person can keep their job and still on a part-time basis make a six or multiple six-figure annual income on a part-time basis without even recruiting, without tearing up their car, and without tearing up their houses. Okay. So looking at companies, this is where you want to really, see the value in what I'm talking about here, because an educated person who is looking for an opportunity, they need to make sure that the opportunities that they're looking at checks these boxes. Industries with big target markets and low market penetration, check. All right. Essential goods and services, gas, electricity, and water, check. All right. And industries that will thrive in good and bad economies, check. I'm going to show you that we have all of these boxes, checked. And as a matter of fact, just to show you that I'm qualified to talk about these industries, guys, when I entered into the coffee industry, which is an arena that I entered into in 2008, and and millions of dollars of production every month. As a matter of fact, we've done, my wife and I, over $8 million in that coffee company, and we did great during a recession because people lean heavily on their habits when they are going through hard times. People couldn't go anywhere. They drank more coffee. They ordered more coffee. We made more money, right? But we know when I look at residual income in your household, all of you are participating in someone else's residual income. Your lights, your gas, your cell phone bills, all of those things that you use, you don't even think twice about paying the bills. As a matter of fact, it's on automatic payment, which means that those people who own those companies do not have to worry about their lifestyle and their businesses. I'm gonna show you how you can put yourself in the same position that they're in. Okay, so when I'm talking about this company, it's somewhat of a high level business model, if you will, where entrepreneurs shop for opportunities and they get a chance to pick and choose. It's not a one trick pony where all we have is solar. Okay, solar is our flagship product and service. It's not who we are. Okay, but I'm gonna talk to you about our partnership and alliances in solar. Now, rain water, H2O, that's again alkaline hydration water. We'll talk a little bit about that. ADT brings the security in our Smart Money Club for residual income. We'll talk about all of that. But think about this for a second. The average person who has a job, right? And then they go and get a part-time job. They're working 25, 30 hours a week and they're making maybe $2,500 to $3,000 a month, on a part-time basis. Okay. Taking all that time away from the family and ones they love. Well, if you were doing solar with us, one deal, commission on one deal would be anywhere between $6,000 to $10,000. So if a person did one deal a month, right? 12 months on a part-time basis, they can have a six-figure or multiple six-figure annual income. Okay. When it comes to rainwater, right? Rain H2O, guys, is coming from our partners, manufacturers of the machines that we use. This company is the company that brought alkaline water to North America. So we have the highest quality of what you need to, live a high quality, healthy life when it comes to water, right? Our competitors out there, people who would call themselves our competitors, which we don't have any competitors, their machines are twice as expensive, not as quality, and they pay maybe $200 to $300 per transaction per sale. Guys, we're looking at $1,000, $2,100 per sale here with us. So again, we are overpaying people, right? And we just want people to win, make as much money as possible. The ADT systems, guys, the Brinks and ADT systems, $500 to $700 a sale. Okay, now that's pretty cool because we have people doing 2 and 3 of those a week, right? Really good, decent part-time money, just by telling people about what we have. Now, the security side, though, we're about to cause ripples and waves in the actual security industry because we are about to launch a security service. It's a military grade portable security device that covers the house, business, dwelling that you're in. And once it's set off and once it's plugged in and set, um, anything when the pressure changes in the house, the alarm goes off. So what I mean by that is somebody opens a door, somebody's opens a window, it's going to go off and it's going to continue to go off until that person resets it. The burglars don't know how to combat it, okay, and they don't know how to shut it off. So they're going to find another place to burglarize, right? But not your place. So that's going to be something real powerful because we have a big demand on that. A lot of people are already asking to pre-purchase it because again, you can take it from your house. If you have a daughter that's in college, guess what? She can take it to her dormitory room. Anybody that opens a door, it's going off. She can take it to Cancun on a trip and have it in her Airbnb or hotel room. Door opens, it's going off, right? It does not matter. People are going to take that because it's portable for sure. Residual income, again, we're going to go about that with smart money. Now, when it comes to solar, solar is a whole entirely different animal for me. I never knew anything about solar except it was on somebody's roof and it saved them money. Okay. And so for me, I had to educate myself on solar. And I'm looking at the market, looking at 130 million homes in the US, 90 million of them are eligible for solar. Only 5 million have gone solar thus far, guys, which means that 85 million homes are eligible and currently still without solar. Now, you say, well, that's a lot of houses. That's not that many people who went solar. Well, right now, guys, that number is changing daily, right? And so when you look at just today, one of my colleagues sent me a text message, and it was a screenshot of a search that he did, and the search said that, excuse me, over the last 7 days, 500,000 homeowners searched, solar installers. They're looking to go solar. That's a clue. Okay. People are going solar every day. And in the state of California, well, a lot of you are right now as we speak. California is now leading the way, telling you you have to go solar. Since 2020, you cannot build a house that does not have solar already on it, right? By 2035 in California, you will not be able to purchase a car that operates on gas. As a matter of fact, at some point in time, you won't be able to buy anything that runs on gas. My cousin owns a food truck and multiple food trucks. He's actually getting them renovated with solar, so he won't have to just buy a new one. Okay, and do conversions right now. It's cheaper for him, but he's getting ahead of it, right? And so that's what we're dealing with right now. Okay, now when it comes to the benefits, the benefits again for the homeowners, they're continuing to grow. They're continuing to add. You have some cities, some states, some counties that are actually paying people to go solar. You have some cities, some states, some counties that are again using a what we call a buyback system. So they're allowing people to sell their energy to the excess energy to the energy companies, right? Well, also, and a lot of people are saving up to 50% energy costs, on average 30 to 40%, 0% down with various financing options, guys, as low as 3.9%, right? Mine finance was 3.9%, and so zero down out of pocket. As a matter of fact, if a person needs a new roof, chances are if they qualify for the solar, they can actually get the roof combined in that transaction and still have a zero down and the same percentage of financing and still probably have a bill that's still cheaper than the one that they're paying now. And so there's a lot of incentives, blackout protection. That's real big for people who have rolling blackouts or people who have, seasonal storms like we do. Like here in Houston, we have storms all the time, hurricanes all the time. So our lights are all the way off, always off when it comes to hurricanes. Now, Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, they've been hit real bad. You've seen the news. A lot of people are still without lights. Guys, you're not supposed to be out without light if you're not without sun. Okay. And when I look at the backup battery situation, if all of these people had backup batteries with solar, they'd still have lights right now. They still have electricity right now. Okay. And so that's a very key thing. That's why this is for me. I know a lot of people, 3 million people lost their electricity in Houston alone a couple of months ago when the hurricane hit. There are people who are in Houston who lost their lives, right? I'm sorry, in Texas who lost their lives because they did not have electricity to run their life support systems. And that's, again, one of those things that the energy companies don't care about, okay? But I can talk all day long about that, but blackout protections is very, very important. Tax credits, guys, 30% tax credit. Check with your CPA and they'll tell you if you qualify for it or not. And guess what? If you don't qualify for it, I know the banks do, and they want it, and they'll take it, use it, and they'll give you a cheaper, discount rate. Immediate increase on home value, 4 to 5% immediately per Zillow, because people would love to buy a house that has no light bill on it. Clean energy, again, enough said. We want to leave the earth the way better than what we found it. And the more and more they continue to create energy resources, unethically and unnaturally, it does something to the environment. But that number on the bottom, it tells you what we're experiencing, what we're going through, how many people are excited about solar once they get all the facts and figures. In 2022, someone went solar every 44 seconds, right? Last year in 2023, someone went solar every 39 seconds. Now, one of the most important things out there when it comes to solar is who's installing it. And you want to make sure you go with a reputable name that's been around for a while, has a great track record, but it's also a in-house partner, W-2 employees, not a third-party company. Third-party companies that are out there in the solar industry, they are the ones giving the solar industry a bad name. Because again, one, they have their own clients that they're promoting and their clients that they're advertising for and marketing for. So when they get their clients, they're going to take all of their customers before yours. Okay. So once they finally get to yours, they don't have to do a great job on it. They just have to throw it up on the roof and get paid for the job. And then they're going to be slow coming back to make any repairs or any type of warranty work. As that's what I loved about this company. I looked at 7 different companies before I landed on this one and chose this one. This was one of the key reasons, right, why I did, because this 25-year production guarantee that you see, guys, is not standard. Okay, this is somebody putting their money where their mouth is. Other companies have a 25-year guarantee on the materials, the panels and stuff. This company has that, but this one says that if anything goes wrong, you're guaranteed power. Any lost power, they'll replace. Any lost earnings because you had to pay for a bill, they're going to replace. Right? Production is guaranteed. That's what I love about Freedom Forever. Now, the other thing about Freedom Forever that most people don't know and don't talk about is they have done over 150,000, almost 160,000 installs. Right? They do over 250 installs a day. Okay, and I'm gonna just tell you, their buying power is so immense that they can pass on the savings to us, and we can now split up those savings when it comes to savings for the homeowners and the commissions for our sales force. Because one thing that we don't want to have is our sales force being underpaid and price gouging the customers. So it's a win-win-win situation for everybody. Okay. Now, when you look at Freedom Forever, they're not just in California, guys. They're in 36 different states. Okay? They're number one in the U.S. When it comes to quality, service, and price point. But we're continuing to expand. We just opened up Michigan. Michigan used to be a coming soon. Now they're actively installing. Okay, and so this is one of those things where if you have relatives, colleagues, a social media presence, where you can connect with people in different cities and different states, if they have a Freedom Forever installer in that market, guys, you can do business and earn anywhere from $6,000 to $10,000 a install. Okay, so very, very big here. Now, when you look at these roofs, guys, what do you see? I'll share with you. Every one of those roofs is an opportunity, for you to actually earn a nice and generous commission. The other thing I see is a lot of houses that are already paying for solar. Okay. And when I talk to a person and they say, well, I'm not ready to go solar, I said, well, let me ask you a question. Do you or do you not know that you're already paying for solar? Right. So like if you're in California, if you go up to Bakersfield, and if you go, especially Bakersfield, Las Vegas, you'll see all those solar farms on the side of the road, guys. Those solar farms are owned by electric companies. And guess what? If you're paying electricity in California, you're paying for those solar farms. So you're paying for somebody's solar farm. So it's not if, it's when. It's not if you actually buy solar panels, you're paying for them. It's not when, right? You pay those guys, the solar company, they're going to continue to charge you and build up their fortune using your bills as crowdfunding. Right. So you might as well go ahead and get your own solar panels and save that 30 to 40% a month and one day pay them off. And so that's what I see when I see that picture. Here's an example for a California homeowner before our company doing business with us, $287 a month on average. And after, they went solar, had their consultation, $148 a month after solar. Okay. Now, when you look at the commissions, this is pretty cool because they saved a lot of money. You made a lot of money, right? The person who actually did this deal, $6,400 was split 2 ways. Okay. That's the person who brought the deal to the table and the person who actually did the explanation and went through the presentation for them, the closer, the mentor. Okay. When you look at this Florida home, okay, this Florida home, same thing, $410 a month before solar, $290 a month after solar, right? And the commission on this, $8,200, $4,100 to the mentor, the person who did the presentation, $4,100 to the mentee, the person who brought the deal to the table. So, when you look at this whole entire transaction here, guys, look at solar presentations, as you can see right there in the quote, it's all common sense. A solar sales presentation, guys, is not a presentation, it's an IQ test. So look at your bills. I'm looking at, the age demographic on this call. Go back 10 years and look at what you were paying for electricity, and look at how big it's grown. Now, understanding what's about to happen, understand it's going to get a lot bigger and more gross over the next 5 to 10 years, 20 years, and 30, right? The reason why it's going to get worse is because the more people go solar, okay, the less resources those electric companies actually have, okay? So the last person to go solar, okay, that person is going to get a bigger bill because they're paying for everybody else making smart decisions, okay? So for me, excuse me, if you would think about this for a second and say, hey, I'm a homeowner, right? Um, I didn't do apartment complexes for 30 years. I didn't rent somebody else's houses for 30 years because it doesn't make sense. Okay. You want to have ownership. So you paid a mortgage and you signed up for 30 years. You might pay it off in 10 based on how aggressive you are. But you paid it off for ownership nonetheless. Guys, it's the same exact thing, when it comes to electricity. Why would you rent or pay a lease or anything like that on, a electric system or utility system for life, right? When you can actually pay it off in 15, 10, 20 years and own it, right? Ownership versus ownership. So again, we want to make sure we're here making intelligent business decisions. And speaking of intelligent business decisions, Mr. Warren Buffett, you guys are all familiar with him. Energy deregulation will be the largest transfer of wealth in history, so he says. And for me, I tend to listen to him when it comes to money because he has a whole lot more than me, right? I don't take advice from people I wouldn't trade places with. And this is certainly a guy who I hold in high regard when it comes to how he makes his money and how he educates the masses. So he not only made this quote, guys, he stood on his quote and he validate, his belief in it by investing $10 billion. 10 billion would it be in clean energy and solar. Okay. So when it comes to money, I want to talk a little bit about the compensation plan here, because again, you guys are literally uh, business-minded people. Looking to diversify, looking to do something different, or even have a career. When it comes to just selling solar, making extra money. I'm going to talk over a couple of these, but the ones that hit home the most. Like I said, I'm looking for something. I was looking for something that people can actually benefit from without it being network marketing. People can benefit, from it without, dropping out of school, without, quitting their first job. Something that people can do without even recruiting. They can do it on their own merit and on their own talents. And this right here presents that legitimate career opportunity for a person, full time, part time. Again, bringing a deal to the table, you get half the deal. The other person gets the other half for sealing the deal. Okay, and for a person who don't want to sell anything, you just understand the power of leverage, and you rather build a sales force or a brokerage, guys, you can do that as well. Now, the company is extremely generous. Um, when you look at the personal sales, the company chooses to pay out 70% commissions on your personal solar sales. Okay? And I'm going to use this example, as a standard example all the way through this presentation. So when you look at the $10,000 per install, 70% is 7,000 and 35 and 35, 3,500 to the person who brought the deal to the table, 3,500 to the person who closed it, which we call the mentors. Okay. But I want to stay here for half a second because when you look at $3,500, and this is lowballing it, $3,500 times 12, guys, again, that's probably about 50 grand a year on a part-time basis. And that's one deal a month, right? When the average household in the United States of America overall is about 50 grand a month with two people working 40 hours a week. Okay. So what do you think, when it comes to, especially when the number one cause of divorce in North America is money, right? Then it's not just having a lot of money, it's the lack of money, actually. But think about what happens to a household when they go from $50,000 a year to 100, right? Or they go to from $100,000 a year to 150 or 200,000. Right? You are really providing opportunities for people to send their kids to college, private school, take vacations, fire a boss, um, get rid of a part-time job that you have, or even get rid of a full-time job that you have. Okay. And so there are a lot of opportunities for a person who wants to create a career out of this situation. Now, for a mentor, all a person has to do to be a mentor, rather, all a person has to do is come in, do 3 training sales with a mentor where they can sit at their feet, learn everything that they learned from that mentor, close 5 deals on their own. After that, they'll get 100% of those 5 deals, won't have to split anything with anybody. And then complete a company certification, right? In-house Q&A after watching some videos. At that point in time, we put your name in lights as a mentor, and now we add your name to a drop-down box, and anybody and everybody can choose you to close deals for them. Right? And keep in mind this as well. For a person who don't want to be a mentor and they don't want to work on other people's deals, they can just close 3 training sales with the mentor. And once they get that certification at that point, they can bring deals to the table and close deals for themselves. Okay, and get both sides of the transaction. Okay. But let's say you do have a couple people who want to be a mentor. Let's say you have 4 for this example. They need 3 deals each. That's 12 deals total. $3,500 per the example. After the split commission is 42 grand a month. That's a $500,000 a year, ladies and gentlemen, part time. Okay, and keep in mind, I said that uh, this is a low ball figure when it comes to commissions. Well, I have a young lady by the name of Sarah George who's in Maryland, actually Baltimore, Maryland. She just graduated college and she may be 20, right? Her biggest deal, in her 4-month tenure here with us, uh, her split is $14,000, just under 15. So pretty nice size deal for someone who did that deal in the state of Maryland. Okay. Zig Ziglar, as you can see, I like quotes. I like really good, strong people as well. But you will get all you want in life if you help enough people get what they want, right? For me, I feel the same exact way, guys. If you put everybody else's family first, your family will never be last. You'll never want for anything. And when you turn around and help other people, guys, you literally are now using the power of leverage, and you have people who own real estate brokerages, they have insurance companies, mortgage companies, these companies with big sales forces and big sales teams. They understand leverage. Okay. It's just like John Paul Getty said, I'd rather have 1% of 100 people's efforts than 100% of my own, because a group will always outwork you. Right. We have a guy who did 28 deals in 1 month, made over 100 grand. Okay. And I can just say right now, we'll have people who are in this company, their teams will be so big, 100 grand would be a bad month. Okay. So as a consultant, however, okay, let's see, you actually bring someone into the company and they become a part of your sales force, part of your brokerage, and they sell a deal using the example from earlier. You're going to get 20% of the 30% that's left over. Okay. So that $3,000 that was left over, you're going to get $600 in that transaction. If, let's say if you personally sponsor me, okay. Say I did 5 deals, that's $3,000. Okay. In that example. Okay. Let's say you brought in Roberto. Roberto, he does 5 deals. That gives you 10 deals in your group. Well, as you can see, with 10 deals in a 60-day period of time, guys, you become a manager, which means that your 20% goes to 30. Now each one of those deals are $900, right? And so again, the company is very, very generous, guys. And so even down in depth, when your sales force and people in your brokerage starts to bring on and build their own sales team as well, which they're allowed to do, 10% down to infinity. Director, 35 and 15. Executive director, 40, 20. And get this, ownership. Guys, you now start getting paid on every solar transaction that happens in the company. They put 2% of those profits in a pool, and then they divide it up evenly with the people who are in that pool. Okay. Then you have national director, 45%, 25%, and then 5% pool. So when it comes to building a team, is helping other people build their dreams will set your life up and your family up, for for the future, and you'll have a ton of money to go out there and invest on anything else that you want to invest in on. Now, as a manager, as I showed you earlier, let's say in this example, you get 10 people, 10 consultants. They all do one deal. For those people, you personally, introduced to the opportunity. The other six are down in debt, $6,300 in this example. Okay. Now, you did one sale, both sides of the sale, because you did your first three already, $7,000 to you. That's $13,300 part-time a month, right? Guess what? That's $150,000 a year. Yeah, ask yourself this: what would an extra $150,000 a year do for you, right? Help you pay off the house a little bit earlier, right? And it's a lot of different things that you can do, but just what would it do for you? $13,000 per month extra, right? You double it, everybody do two instead of one, guys. Now you're a director instead of a manager. Okay. So instead of 13,000, we're looking at $20,000 a month, $250,000 a year, part-time. Remember, when you're working, you're building it, your team is always going to outwork you. This is how you get a chance to now spend that time with your family, spend that time on your hobbies, and enjoy the rest of the one life that you have to live. Okay. The other thing is this: it's more enjoyable when you don't have a permanent fixture, a brick and mortar business that you have to go into every day, monitor, and have all those responsibilities for. Right. When you look at the average solar company that's out there, they're opening their doors to the tune of $150,000 to $250,000 to open up a company. Probably about $15,000 to $25,000 to $30,000 a month to run it. Okay. People who are looking at this the proper way, you're paying for all of those things, and including royalties and all kind of other stuff that you're paying for, royalty fees and stuff. But we get 100% of all of that stuff, right? For $200. Okay. So we're looking at probably the most lucrative and underrated business in a box gig out there on the market to the world, because our deals, guys, come a lot more lucrative, a lot more, I would say a lot bigger when it comes to the amount of money that we make per deal, even bigger than the owners of those companies, because their splits are not like ours. Remember, they have overhead in all of their transactions. We don't. We're riding the coattails of Freedom Forever. And guess what? We're just bringing the deals to the table. They're doing 100% of everything, and we're just splitting, when it comes to the profits. So, getting started, guys. Again, you have the career pack and you have the business pack. The career pack, the consultant person who wants to just sell, that individual is going to enroll $149. It takes care of their certifications, their trainings, the videos and things that they're going to have, that the help, the support, all of that good stuff. $49 a month is what it's going to take for them to maintain it. In the event that they introduce 4 people who are consultants as well or higher, that $49 goes away. Okay. But it's no different than being a real estate agent, insurance guy or gal, mortgage broker, whatever. There are always licensing fees, enrollment fees, setup fees, and so a fee is a fee. But you can't do what we do for this little bit amount of money in any other arena out there. Okay. Now, the business builder, okay, this is the person who wants to start their own brokerage, right? Now you're going to get everything that the consultant gets, but you're going to have access to other things. You have access to the Bill Rewards membership. I'm going to go over that. Smart Money Club membership and residual income. Okay. $199. We're talking about $200 and 99 a month. 4 people get 4, you pay no more. Right. I've never paid the $99. But the thing I like about this, guys, you have a Smart Money Club membership. A lot of people that we know make a ton of money, and some of them actually at this point, have nothing to show for it now, because they knew how to make money, just didn't know how to sustain it, how to keep it, how to protect it, how to scale it, right? And the owner of the company, the CEO himself, Mr. Winston Navarro and Mrs. Christina Navarro, they saw a need and they saw an opportunity to empower people economically and say, hey, if you're going to do business with us, we want to make sure that you don't just make a lot of money. We want to make sure we teach you about money. Okay? We want to make sure we educate you, because most people don't know that economics is a language that most people will not learn, to speak. And the credit repair for just business and personal is awesome. Tax planning, being your own bank when it comes to, insurance, tax-free retirements, and all those things you see on the business mastery side as well. As people have access to a lot of our money people as well. A lot of you'll see, people who are coming in teaching our people about money. You'll see people who are coming in with other different programs, and we have a lot of things that we're going to add to this as well. But that comes with your business brokership, right? And so that's huge. Now, the second part of this, when it comes to the benefits, this is the way you actually have a little fun. Enjoy being a member of the company as a business builder. You have 50,000 restaurants if you're a foodie. As a matter of fact, if you like steak, we love steak here in Texas. They have Ruth Chris there. They have Texas de Brazil, a lot of different steakhouses there. But they have a lot of fast foods and stuff like that as well for your kids. 150,000 retailers when it comes to people who love to shop, or people who like to do activities. There are a lot of family, kid activities, movies, bouncy houses, all kind of things that you'll find in there, discounted on. And then 850,000 travel providers. So that travel part is one that really got me, and I paid for this thing over and over and over with my travel side. I went to Vegas in March, stayed at the Venetian, stayed $28 a night for 5 nights. Stayed at the Hilton LAX when we did a convention. Our lunch in September, 6 nights, $31 a night, $186 on that trip. And then my wife and I went to Cancun probably about a month ago for a 3-day weekend, real quick turnaround. Already had the trip planned and back in January for my sister's birthday. But we went and looked at the site and what it would have been, we would have saved $317. Okay. And so it's a really great membership to have when it comes to being a builder. So when you actually have that membership and you are a business builder, guys, you get a chance to participate in residual income. And see, this is the one that got me. This is the one that sealed the deal for me, because I am a residual income guy. I don't sell solar. I don't sell water, right? I don't sell security. I'm not married to any of those things. I love the fact that everybody that we talk to will sell one of those things, but I want to be the Jeff Bezos in this situation. Okay. And so when you look at Jeff Bezos, guys, when you look at a little company called Amazon Prime, think about how many of you actually have an Amazon Prime account, right? And that Amazon Prime is basically customer service, right? Jeff Bezos has over 200 million subscriptions for Amazon Prime. Forget everything else that they have on Amazon that they sell, okay? He overrides 100% of that stuff. But the 200 million subscriptions is where he gets his security, right? When you look at what's another, Netflix, a lot of you have Netflix. I don't even have to ask you, but Netflix has over 260 million subscribers. Spotify, the CEO of Spotify, he overrides 239 million subscriptions. HBO over 100 million subscriptions. You get the picture, guys. The world is turning into a subscription-based, a world when it comes to people making money and people setting themselves up for their future. Okay, the day of transactional-based businesses are going behind us, and people are flowing more and more towards subscription-based companies. Okay, again, I told you earlier, all of you, 100% of you, are participating in residual income, multiple streams leaving your house. Okay. Imagine waking up one morning and let's just say you have $8,000 coming in, and that $8,000 is taking care of your mortgage, it's taking care of your cars, it's taking care of your lifestyle, right? And it's coming in like clockwork. You still have your job, but you're making $100,000 a year in residual income, taking care of the things that you don't want to spend your hard-earned money on, right? So, $4,000 a month, $2,000 a month, $250,000 a month. And so those memberships, with the business builders, that actually adds up, guys. And the cool part about it is this: when I say you guys are first, this is where I really want you guys to pay attention to what I'm about to say, because the decision that you make after we hang up is going to be one that you'll either hunt you, or it'll be one that'll reward you tremendously. Okay. You know how influential Veronica is. I know, Robert is not that influential. It's always the wife, right? Everybody always get a wife credit, but I'm just kidding. So these guys have a ton of resources, right? They have a ton of people that they're going to call tomorrow, and we're going to do another call for them. Those of you who get started today, you'll end up on team 1, team 2. Okay. And We're gonna go back to team one, team two. Every time we bring someone in, okay, business builders on team one, career builders on team two, and vice versa. We're gonna keep on doing that. So some of you guys are gonna wake up by the end of the week. You'll probably have 5 to 10 people beneath you. You have zero idea who they are, but every time they bring someone in who gets a membership, guess what happens? You get paid residual income when those numbers start to stack up. So they're going to help you build your residual income, right? Which is amazing. Okay. And so I have, matter of fact, I have a young lady who's on here right now, Angel Tran out of Houston, Texas. Angel Tran has been with us probably about 8 months. And in 8 months, she's put herself in a position where she's at Builder 2000, right at Builder 2000, $2,000 a month, $24,000 a year income that she was able to do in less than 9 months, guys, when most people who worked all their life don't have a residual income. Well, Social Security, right? But Roxy's Builder 500. She just hit Builder 500. That is $500 a month, right? And again, this is just the beginning. This is always going to grow. Matt, he's on the way to Builder 500. He's right there. We have, again, people who are coming in and they're getting these points and they're getting their residual income. So I'm not going to go over all of the stuff that you see on the side, but I know that one day my goal in the next 18 to 24 months, based on how we build this thing, and we will build it, I'll be at $250,000 a month in just this one way we get paid. Okay. And all I have to do is help 10 other people get to $25,000 a month, exactly 25. And all I have to do is help those executive 25s, help 10 people get to Builder 4,000. I already have it planned out. Okay. And I'm willing to help you guys, teach you guys that process and everything you need to know that you don't need to know right now. But first movers advantage is a very important thing. Okay. And so what I suggest you do is do the same thing that Robert and Roberto and Veronica did. Get yourself a builder's pack, get your brokerage opened up right away. It's only $200. Some of you are going to spend $200 or spend $200 this weekend, and you won't make any money off of it. You know, it was a dinner and a movie. Okay. And so let's get this started. Get back with what I want to do before I actually kill the call. What I want to do is I want to stop the sharing here, and I want to bring Roberto and Veronica back to the forefront and allow them to address their audience.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Bean. We truly appreciate everything that you have gone over. You know, it's just so much information. And guys, I've been in the financial industry for over 20 years. I have never seen a comp plan like this. And I'm telling you, the way that it's set up, the way that they're doing it, but most importantly is the ethics behind the company. You know, their ethics are just so high up there that it doesn't compare to anything I've ever seen. And I just believe so much in the mission and the purpose that they have that it truly is changing lives, right? And it's a matter of just changing that mindset. And for me, I'll tell you, it's not easy to change my mindset because being in the banking industry for so long, right? You're set up to think a certain way, right? And when you have these conversations with entrepreneurs, and I grew up around all entrepreneurs in my family, it's just me and my sister that actually have a job. Everybody else is an entrepreneur, right? But when you see this, it's just a whole nother level. So it's just really taking the time to really understand the vision and move with it. And this is the beginning. This is just the beginning. So being able to join at the beginning of it was just tremendous for me. So again, for me, it was literally a game changer. As soon as I heard of it, you know, we jumped on and we're just really excited. Not only that, you know, there's other missions behind it. As you can see Build Her behind me. We also have a mission to empower women out there and bring them into this industry because women can do it too. And we do have Christina here, who's also the CEO of the company. And, you know, I'm going to be working with her. We have Roxy. We're going to be working together to empower just so many women to come out here in the trenches and do this too, because anybody can do it. You just have to have that belief, right? The belief that, yes, I can. God gave me another day to live. And I see this. And I'm telling you this because, again, being in the financial industry, and I know we have some financial experts on here too, I have never seen a comp plan like this. And if you have, please let me know because we definitely want to let our CEOs know about it, right? But for me, that's what it was. It was a no-brainer, being able to not only, you know, help, you know, my family, but help others. For me, that's the biggest mission and purpose I have in life, is to be able to pour in everything that I learn to others and help as many as possible. And with this opportunity, that's what we're able to do in so many different ways and forms. But I can go on and on because I love and I'm so passionate about it. But I do want to allow my husband to also talk about why he's doing this. And I'm telling you this right now, I will no longer be in corporate America by the end of next year, because I'm just going to be fully focused on this. And this is what I'm doing. And I'm going to continue to empower not just women, but families and the young generations that are coming through, because they need us more than ever. And they need to have this in their life, somebody that can take them and mentor them and show it how it is with the right ethics. And that is why I'm doing that. So now I'll transition it over to my husband.
There you go.
Thank you so much. What can I say after that? That's one of the reasons why I married my beautiful wife. And that's also one of the reasons why I made the decision to jump on board. A lot of you guys know me, and I'm very analytical, right? One of the things that pushed me really to start opening my eyes and listening out there is I've been doing IT consulting for many years, right? I've been in IT for almost 20 years. There were a lot of layoffs at the end of last year. The company that I worked for, they fired about 400 people, right? And some of them were ready for retirement, right? And it's not fair. It's not fair that, you work your entire life, you dedicate, and then out of nowhere, you're just a number for a company, right? And that's one of the reasons why I really jumped on board, and I'm 100% on board. I believe in the mission. I love the integrity, and I love all the leaders on this organization, right? Everybody has families, and if you are around the culture that we're creating, right, it will really, really empower for you to help others, to help your community, right? Yeah, the commission is great, right? Don't get me wrong, the commission is great, but the more than that is the mission that the company has to help families, to help people get a better life, right? So, and I can go on and on, but um, I'm having so much love and passion for this company. I'm loving it.
There you go. Well, guys, again, I tell you, amazing people, and it'll be a pleasure and an honor for you guys to partner with them. Again, you're going to make that decision, and they're going to be okay with whatever decision that you make now that they know it's an educated decision. Now, Winston Navarro, the CEO, I mentioned him earlier, he just jumped on. So you got for the first time ever, the CEOs have joined this call. So you kind of see these guys' commitment, guys. They're here, hands on, and I'm trying to get them to work less. My wife is trying to get them to work less, but we can't get rid of them. We can't keep them out of y'all's lives. But I've never seen anything like this before in my life. So get back with them, guys. Make sure you get that link. First movers advantage. If you have questions, get your questions answered. But I'm gonna just tell you, be the smart person. Text them right now. Say, hey, I want the link. Send me the link. Want to get enrolled, and then get your questions answered.